Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness, and I got this package today from Compass Games. Yes, this is a game that I won 2 weeks ago at the Compass Town Hall. Yeah, Philippine Sea, Carrier Battle. So let's zoom out a little bit here so we can see that. It's a game designed by Jon Southard, who did the original game Carrier. Let's take a look here. Let's zoom in. Components. 22 by 34 BAP, 3 counter sheets. 9/16. At least it's bigger than half-inch counters. That's always great. Let's see. Rule booklet, play booklet, 1/10 set of die, various charts, etc. and a display. Medium to high complexity. Each turn represents 80 minutes. Now that is a time scale I don't think is very frequent. Not hour-long turns, not an hour and a half turns, but 80-minute turns. Interesting. 33 nautical miles per hex. Single ships, groups of ships, or aircraft. One player. It is a solitaire game. Average play time is 1 to 6 hours. So, I'm assuming that there are multiple scenarios and a campaign game, I would say, but I'm not seeing that right here, mentioning that. Here, hypothetical scenarios. There we go. 9 scenarios. 5 learning scenarios using programmed instruction. Therefore, full-scale, fully replayable games. Not bad, not bad. All right, take a look inside. It's like opening a Christmas present, only it's just before Valentine's Day. I don't think if I regifted this to my wife, I don't think she'd appreciate that. But yeah. Baggies. Baggies have become a rare thing, supposedly. The last couple of GMT games I got didn't have any, but good old Compass Games is still supplying them. Hey, what? All right, that's... There we go. All right, rule book. I should zoom back out. All right, that's what it was. At a funny angle. All right. That flat. Glossy paper. It's pretty thick. Now that's interesting. 59 pages. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you're starting that one here. Not here. It's got to be an even number of pages, right? So they didn't count the cover. But it's interesting that comes out to 60 total pages, because usually it's something that's divisible by like 8. So it would normally be like 64 or something, or 72 or whatnot. All right, table of contents, introduction, game equipment, sequence of play, U.S. air missions, air-sea combat, task groups, and carrier operations. The Japanese forces, detection and search, Japanese carrier forces, Japanese air raids. There's land-based air, damage, fire, and cripple ships, commitment, submarines, victory conditions. And then there's some advanced rules. All right. Ooh, night air operations. Shell raids to Guam, additional variants. Okay, so we got, wouldn't say basic rules, but some standard rules, which is the bulk of it. Some additional advanced rules and some variants. All right, it's full color. Most of it there's not a ton of. Okay, here's an up close. There's more and some samples of charts and such, but a lot of it is just text. So it is a nice size font. It's broken up got a case rule system. It's got little insets and such. Let's see. Is this air search missions? Okay, so examples. Let's look at the back here. So they have design notes, a bibliography. I always like design notes. Credits. Jon Southard. I do believe that Billy Thomas got to be the project director on this one, so congratulations on him for stepping into that role. Okay, so that was the rule book. We've got a play book. This is also glossy, much smaller, half the size, 30 pages, which it's actually 32, I believe. Oh, come on. Okay, one, they didn't count the outside. Wait a minute. Yeah, both pages. Okay, so front cover, inside page didn't count. 1 to 30. So this actually has 32. This is what I would expect. I thought I was expecting this one to come out to be like 64, but it's 60. I guess just had to be in divisible by 4. But normally I think they're supposed to be like divisible by 8. It's more efficient for binding and all that kind of stuff. But I guess these are just center stapled, so that's not a requirement like it is if you're gonna bind a book. 5 introductory scenarios, like it mentioned, 2 standard scenarios, and 2 advanced scenarios. All right. So you can learn your way through all those rules using the introductory scenarios. And then they say these other ones are replayable. So you probably wouldn't go back and play these again unless like, I didn't really get that rule. I don't understand it. You might go back and replay one, or maybe you really like to turkey shoot, like shooting fish in a barrel or something. You would go back and, but in general, you probably won't play those again after. And some people might not play them at all. They might just dive straight in and they're good at reading all these rule books. When I was younger, I would sit and read for 8 hours at a time on end, and it's like, nah, I can't do that anymore. I'm 60 now, and yeah, if I can read more than 20 minutes at a stretch and not fall asleep, I'm doing good. All right. So, special rules. So, I don't know to what degree here. Okay, these look like an example of play. Yeah, so the first, according to that, 13 pages is a long, comprehensive example of play. And the introductory scenario start on page 14. So that's cool. All right. Charts. I feel a member of charts. All right. There we are. Obviously, your task force is in the center. And incoming are the planes. And you'd have your cordon of destroyers and whatnot out around the center of your task force, where you have your battleships or carriers in the center. Destroyers and cruisers out there. I don't know if they actually have any surface engagement. This is actually air search table. So this is search purposes to locate someone. That's not actually used for combat, even though it looks cool to me. Incoming. We'll have to see. Card 1. Front. Air to air. Carrier operations limit chart. Interception range. Fuel expenditure. Card 2 front. Card back. Japanese cap strength. Combat air patrol, for those of you who are not into the lingo. I am not a air or Navy person. I'm mostly a ground game dude, but I have played a couple of naval and air games in my many years of gaming since the 70s, but they're not my favorite, but I always enjoy a good solitaire game, so this should be fun. All right, game turn flowchart. All right. See, that's single-sided. It's thicker. It feels like it's supposed to open up, but it's not. Japanese air movement segment, activation segment, U.S. air movement segment, search segments, air attack. All right. Air raid flowchart. All right, all right. It's not an overly complicated flowchart. There's a few early exit points and such. And Japanese movement priorities. All right, all right. All right. Let's see, can you see that there at the top? So, butai. I guess that's a Japanese word for task force or a naval group or some such term. A strike force, something of that nature. Nothing on the back there. All right, I see counter sheets in shrink. It's always good. They've been kind of fall out of the sprue lately. A lot of the, oh yeah, I can feel it. I can feel the loose counter here. Oh yeah, look, see, there's ones. That one came out of here. So, no, well, it's unpunched, sort of. All right. I'm not going to take that shrink off. I don't want those counters going all over the place yet. I like to examine the counter sheets, figure out what the different units do before punching it out. I want to be able to see them in place, how they're organized, etc. Be able to, at a glance, look across, compare different units and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not the kind of guy that just has to start punching things out. That's not me. All right, I am going to move. Wow, this is a big map. It's a mounted map. It's long. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. All right, we're having a box sliding problem over there. Bear with me one moment, please. We're experiencing technical difficulty, not of the camera kind. I solved that problem. All right, look at this big puppy rat. All right, now that's not completely folded out. All right, what do we got here? Don't lose the die in the, certainly not the baggies. They're a rarity these days, I guess. Well, honestly, I'd like to tilt it that way to see this. I'm afraid of ripping. All right, let me zoom in and hold this. Task group 58.3, 58.4. So, wow. Get all those spots to keep track of each individual carrier. Ready on the flight deck, undergoing service in the hangar, and in the process of landing. It actually tells you which Admiral. Is that? Yeah. I don't know. I did an iOS upgrade, and the phone is focusing differently. Let's see. Can I? There. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to zoom back out and show you the general records track. That's the game. So this is keeping track. It's measuring from 0 to 45. I suppose there might be like a plus 50 marker or something, or Japanese arrival table. Guam. Ooh, up to 8 air missions out. And your 4 task groups. All right, now let's zoom back even more and see if I can manage to hold this up. So the lighting is kind of odd right now in here. I got some, what are they called? Newer's diffused light boxes. I have not unpacked them and figured out how to use them yet. I need to do that. Otherwise, I'm either combating glare or I'm combating shadow. All right. So there are actual locations there. Now, so I wonder if this is all a particular, I think it is supposed to be one particular battle, just different scenarios, different aspect of it. So that's why they actually have marked on the map these locations of certain task force or whatnot. That could be like last known sighting within the zone, and there's these numbers on here, right? So like 1, 2 through 9, 10, 1 through 5, 6. It's like it's offset somewhere. It's going to head one way or another or something. Part of the, I guess the bot, the artificial intelligence for the Japanese side. We will find out more. Okay, standard compass rose there in the corner. So it looks very interesting. Looking forward to, okay, yeah, so the day-wise, sorry, it was 80-minute turns on into the night. So there it is. Are you used to counting in 80-minute increments? You don't have to. Just look at the turn chart. You're good to go. All right. So folding that puppy up. So yeah, that's a kind of a thick multi-fold thing there. So that was the goodie that I got from Compass Games. I want to thank Billy Thomas, John Krantz, Brittany Pearl, all the good folks at Compass Games for sending me my game that I won. Thank you for you guys keeping up with the town halls. I was a little sad when I first heard that Bill was thinking of canceling it. He changed his mind and decided to do it, basically twice a month. So it's the second Thursday of each month, and not the fourth, but the last. So that accommodates those months that have 5 weeks within them that they'll always just have 2. So it'll be 24 times a year, not 26, by doing it every other week. So anyway, this has been Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. We're running on 20 minutes now, so this was a combination unboxing and a thank you to Compass Games and all the good folks there. And to all you good folks watching, thanks again for supporting my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that and hit the like button. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm to get more people out to see my content and all that stuff. Take a look at my different playlists I got there. I've got instructional videos on a bunch of different games. I got unboxings. I have game giveaways that I try to run every couple of weeks or 2 or 3. And if you're interested in food storage and food preparation, I've got some of those too. So anyway, thanks everyone. And everyone out there, take care and ciao.